Humans of the Cardboard. Konami is just popping off with news right now. We have been getting these Legacy of Destruction reveals left and right. This morning we got the new Gold Pride cards. Last night we got the new Snake Eye Goblin Rider cards. And even the night before that we got new cards, new archetypes. So a lot of stuff coming at us from Legacy of Destruction. I believe there's 3 cards here. These are supposed to be Diabell Star Lore stuff. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to add on to the Sinful Spoils engine or if they're going to be like a separate thing. I kind of almost hope they're a separate thing because I'm really just scared for the metagame with how good that engine is. I don't want them to add on to that engine anymore. I just want like separate stuff, honestly. It can be good. It just needs to be separate. I don't want it to tack on to that because that engine's already crazy. But yeah, let's get into it. We've got a new like mommy monster. I'm sure a lot of people will really like this card. Big level 7 spellcaster, 2500. Oh, illusion monster. Okay, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Very interesting. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and the third effect is also a hard once per turn. If there is a Sinful Spoils card in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from the hand. Okay, so if you play it in your deck, or even in like some sort of mirror match where your opponent might have put either original or the quick play spell engraved, this card can jump out. Okay. Second effect, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards that were not set. So this just is broken versus quick play spells. Like, and also like Imperm can't be activated while this card's on the field. Wow. Quick play spells and traps that could otherwise activate faster can't get evenly while you have this. This is super interesting. That effect counters like specific cards. It doesn't counter like every card in the metagame. A lot of decks have normal spells and stuff and can dodge this, but that's super, super interesting. Okay. And the last effect, if a spell or trap card is set to the field while this monster is on the field, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls and destroy them. So not only does it lock them out of quick play spells and traps for a turn, if they would be activated quicker, the traps at least, even if they try to set anything, you kind of have a way to also punish them at the same time. Interesting card. Now it is still an extender, a fairly easy one at the end of the day. Now keep in mind this is Diabells. I don't even know if I said the name. Diabells of the original Sin. So this does not have Diabell Star in the name. So I don't believe it's searchable specifically. That's definitely an interesting piece of this. But interesting first card here. I think this feels like more of a lore card than a card that will actually see play because we don't have specific access to it unless we get some cards that give us access to the Diabells type card specifically, but we'll see. All right, next up we have Sinful Spoils Cycle. New Sinful Spoils traps here, 2 of them. Normal trap, you can only use both of its effects once per turn. Take one level 5 or higher illusion monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. If summoned this way, it cannot activate its effects during the main phase this turn. So summoning this card means that you still get this continuous effect where your opponent can't activate any quick plays or normal traps that turn without setting them. But you wouldn't be able to use this effect during the main phase, which does hurt because it means like you force them to set stuff, but you don't have a way to punish them for setting stuff anymore, at least if it's during main phase. Very interesting as well, but also just in general, considering illusion is a new type, the fact that we now just have an E-Tele, I know it's a trap, so you have to set it, so it's a little bit slow, but just like that means going forward, any level 5 or higher illusion monster can just be added to hand or specialed from deck. Super easy. Interesting. All right, second effect, you can banish this card from your grave to target a face down card you control, return it to the hand, then you can set one spell or trap from your hand. Weird card. I'm trying to think of like why you would even want to do that. Honestly, not sure. I don't fully get this effect. Maybe it'll make sense with like the other trap or something, but don't fully understand why you'd be playing this card like that. But I don't know. And next up we have Sinful Spoils of Dozing Morrigan. Well, at least this card gives you access to her. Interesting. And the last card we have here is the Morrigan normal trap. You can only use the first You can only use one of these 2 effects once per turn, but not both in the same turn. Target a face-up special summon monster. Change it to face-down defense position. Okay, so like a Book of Moon type card in a trap. And a second effect, if you control a level 5 or higher illusion monster and this card's in the grave, you can set it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, just fine. I mean, I guess it's a Sinful Spoils card. This now becomes like a generic Book of Moon that you can essentially just like get off of the Bellstar if you want. Now, I don't know if decks are going to do that because they just can get any level 1 fire, and that seems to be way more powerful. But maybe there's a route where Konami says, hey, you know what? Maybe it's just too good that these engines can connect to each other. So what if we ban original Sinful Spoils? I can see that happening as a generic like e-tele card like that that's just so easy to get access to. Then that engine is so much less enticing, but there are still a couple payoffs. The Bellstar engine would already have the quick play spell that like kind of can board wipe, the other trap that's kind of like a soft Omni Negate, and then this card to be like a Book of Moon that can also potentially come back if you're able to stick an illusion monster as well. There's interesting stuff here. I don't think it'll see much play out the gate, but like if there's a world where like some stuff gets kind of hit, you know, this card to me is a little bit underwhelming, unfortunately. And because this card is underwhelming, it's making this second trap feel a little bit underwhelming overall too. If I'm missing something and there's just like something that I'm like totally blanking on that makes this card stronger and thus makes this card stronger, or I don't know if we have any other good targets, high level illusions. I know we only have like 10 illusion monsters in the game to this point, but it's definitely a card to put in the bank, put in the memory bank, and be like the next time we see a high level illusion, just to keep in mind that we can now pull it out of the deck at any point. Would be interesting, but interesting stuff. Again, I don't think it's going to see too much play, these 3 cards specifically, but it's cool to push the lore. I think they're interesting cards that, depending on where they go with future stuff down the line, like could end up seeing play. But for right now, I think it's going to have to take back seat. But let me know if you have any other thoughts on these that you think maybe could be a reason why any of them could actually see play. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But I'm Maddie for today. Thank you so much for watching as always. I believe this leaves us with 23 cards left to be revealed for Legacy of Destruction. My guess is we'll get about 10 to 13 of those revealed as Legacy support or generic cards, whatever. And then they'll save about the last 10 for the final kind of filler reveal there. So stay tuned for that. I will keep you updated on any news that drops on any of that stuff. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Sub for more. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.